What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you another video, and this is going to be yet another bonus Saturday video. It's just I've had a lot of videos that I needed to get out this month, and you're just gonna keep getting bonus videos, so I hope you guys enjoy. And today's video I am gonna be doing my iteration or my version of discussing the purchases that I made from the Pat McGrath and Bridgerton collaboration. Now, I know a lot of people have been doing first impression reviews. That's just not my style at all. And there's a video concept that I've been enjoying. I've already done, I think, two. I recorded two, I just haven't posted them, and I figured this could kind of kick off this iteration. So basically, in this type of video concept, I take a product either that I have or I don't have, and I try and dupe it in my collection with my single shadows, with any other product really that I have in my collection. And for those who have not been able to pick up this palette, can't afford this products or these palettes, and would like to see, you know, what are some alternatives, what are the shades really looking like up close and personal, this is why I'm doing this video. So I hope you guys enjoy. I do have two products from the collaboration, and we'll see. I may pick up another one through Sephora when it does come to Sephora, because it is going to her retailers. I don't know when, but she did say when it launched that it would be going to the retailers later on. So without further ado, let me show you guys the two products that I have. So I did pick up the eyeshadow palette. This is the Diamond of the First Water eyeshadow palette. I don't know anything about Bridgerton, so I don't know the significance of the title. I don't know, so don't ask me, I'm sorry. But this is the palette, this is the packaging. You get all of the information about the eyeshadow ingredients, all of that on the packaging. And yeah, so I don't necessarily like the packaging compared to her other things. I definitely prefer some of her other packaging. Time steps and chapters will be below in case you want to skip to any other part. So yeah, I don't necessarily like the covering. I wish that it was more like three-dimensional like some of her other packagings have been, but at the same time it's easier for like storage, because then I don't have to be annoyed with opening up the packaging, opening up the little letter envelope type situation. So it, you know, it has its positives and its negatives. These are the 6 shades. They are smaller in quantity, but you do have your first astral shade, which I'm really excited about. And this is also, I believe, the first palette that she has released that has been made in, I think somebody said that it was actually made in Italy. Where does it say that? Let me double check. It's dispatched through New York. Yeah, it says made in Italy. So that's really exciting. I do really tend to enjoy formulations from brands that are made in Italy, and this does have an 18-month shelf life. This has 6.6 grams, or the net weight is 0.23 ounces, right? Yeah, ounces. And then I also did get one of the highlighters. So I have never picked up a Pat McGrath highlighter. It just, none of them really tickled my fancy, but this one did, and I will tell you guys why when I go to show you guys some of the kind of dupe products in my collection. So this is the Pat McGrath x Bridgerton collaboration. I kind of, once again, just wish that this product or this design was raised. It would just add to kind of some of the elegance of it. I don't know, you know, just being particular. But I do appreciate that like it has this, so that if I ever do get some of her blushes or any of her other highlighters that are in this kind of compact, at least it is showing me that this is the specific Bridgerton collaboration highlighter and not anything else. So I did something I'm sure nobody else of my complexion did, and I got the 002 highlighters. So this is the white one, but this one just looked to be something more up my alley than the gold one. I might actually pick up the gold one now that I've seen some reviews and seen how it wears on people's complexion. But yeah, these are the products that I got. Now let's get into the up close and personal view. I will be doing an aerial shot so that you guys can see all of the products. I am not going to go ahead and shop my collection with you guys because it's going to take too long to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. Well, no, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it, because I'm not going to do a tutorial. If you guys want a tutorial, just let me know, but that'll be something different. I'm just not going to waste you guys' time. I know there's so many people who have done tutorials overall. So yeah, is that what I'm going to do? I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't really know. Let's just get into the video. Okay. Alrighty guys, so this is of course the shopping my stash section of the video. And what I decided is that we are going to shop my stash together. I think it'll just be fun. And so we're going to start off with the eyeshadow palette because that one's going to take, of course, the most time. And these are the shades. So currently I haven't swatched them. I haven't taken a picture of this, anything like that. I probably should, but who cares? I'm just going to go ahead and go through this with you. So as you can see, there's definitely a brown. There's two burgundies. This looks to be like a bronzy, a lighter bronze, and then a nice kind of duochrome-ish shade. So I am going to shop my stash and pull out palettes that I think will work. I did zoom in so you guys don't see the legs of my camera. All right, so I'll zoom out to that so that at least you guys can see some more area. And like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find as many shades as I have that are not already in like palettes that are curated to see if I can dupe these out, and we'll see how close we get. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so as you can see, I've pulled quite a few different shades, and we're just gonna kind of go and just try. We're just gonna see what comes of it. So let's first start off with the Astral shade, which is the more anticipated shade I feel like out of this whole palette. When swatching it, I can see blue, green, and purple, but mainly the blue and the purple. There's a slight green, but it's more of like a gold or a silvery type finish coming off. So those are the shades I see. So I pulled two singles, one from Touch of Glam Beauty, and this is in the shade Blues Clues. This is, I think, going to be more of a very similar shade actually, but just definitely not as high shine. And then this one is the Cleonid shade that I pulled, and this is Glint. So let's see. Wow, okay. So this Cleonid, you get a lot more green, you get that blue, and it's a slight purple. So these I think would be the most similar, although definitely not the same shifts, but you get, well, these are the most similar, but these have the most shine. So that's a hard choice. Which one do I choose to kind of replicate this palette? I honestly don't even know. I guess I'll choose the one that's most, no, let's face it. I would want this if I was building a palette. So this is the shade that I am going to put in this palette. And I'm just going to use a empty Divina Cosmetics palette. And this is just going to go right there. So I will show you guys the building of the palette as I continue to add a shade. And now it's time for the Royal Makeup Wipe, which honestly this needs to get thrown away. But anyways, okay. Alrighty, so let's go to another shade where I don't have all that many shades to compare it. Sorry about that, my camera died. Well, my battery died. Anyway, so this looked in the pan, at least to me, like it would be a little bit more peachy or pinky than champagne, but it's a full-on champagne, so maybe this will be the most like shade that I pulled. And this is Grandstand from Makeup Geek. Now this is a very, very old shadow, so it might not have the same luster, and it does actually, which is surprising. And you can see it pulls a little bit deeper than the champagne. It's more of like a light bronze than a champagne. Okay, so let's see the other two shades which I pulled, which are Honey Crisp, and this one happens to be from Cleonid. So this is definitely more pinky. And this is a more high shine, and this is Touch of Glam's Hawaiian Skies Shifter. Oh, wait. So this is super dead on to this one. Hold on, sorry. So yeah, this is pretty much dead on. The only difference is this is a more of a baby blue, where this is more of a teal, and this is more of a baby blue in the shift. So I'm actually gonna take out my Cleonid. That one's not gonna go in there. This one's gonna go in for that spot. Wow, we're learning a lot. And then champagne, let me go back through my palettes because I feel like I have a champagne that can work. All right, let's start again. So here is the champagne from the palette. Not super blinding or anything like that. I found these three, so let's look at these. This is Play by Play from ColourPop. Okay, this definitely has a green tone to it. This is Tease by Luxie. Once again, this has a green tone to it, but here it's kind of normal for you guys, and then you guys see the green, so it's more of a duochrome. And then we have Major from Sydney Grace. Wow, apparently I don't have any just normal champagnes. I'm gonna go with this one, Tease by Luxie. I think it takes what she has and then elevates it slightly with that green shift. So we are going to put that there. So 2 out of 6 figured out. Okay, and then I'm just going to move all of these shades out of the frame so you guys don't have to worry about them. Okay, so next, let's go into the lighter of the two kind of matte. So this is like a pinky matte. It feels like a satin formulation, which is what I've kind of heard a lot of people claiming that it is. And I have a couple of mattes. I have these 3 mattes. Let's see if any of these work. This is Baby Pink from Coastal Scents. This looks like a dead on. That looks like a dead on match. Slightly lighter in camera, but pretty much dead on in person. Let's try the other ones. This one doesn't have a name, so you gotta love the fact that I did a terrible job at decluttering those out of my collection in my declutter video. And this is too dark, clearly too dark. And let's go with this one, which I think is just going to be even darker. This is Magenta Pink from Coastal Scents as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with this one. This one is the closest that I have, and yeah, so this is a Coastal Scents shade, which of course Coastal Scents is no longer in business, but yeah, so this is my palette thus far. And I'm actually gonna just throw this away. I said I was gonna get rid of these shades, and clearly one or a couple missed my sweep. Alrighty, so I only pulled this one brown. It seems I've put a lot of my browns in pre-made palettes, so I only have that one brown. So let's hope that it's at least somewhat reminiscent to what this one is. This is just a typical brown. This does look like it has a little bit of purple undertone-ish into it. And this is nothing like it. This, lordy lord, nothing like it at all. This is a straight up brown. This is more of purple. So let's swatch some of these and see. This is going to be too bright. Wow. Okay, that's way too vivid. I am struggling today. Okay. Let's skip this one. I will come back to that. Or actually no. Let's go adventuring. Let's see if I can find another brown to replicate this brown. All right, so I pulled a couple more. Let's try looking at some of these. Okay, so let me re-swatch this, which has that, you know, situation. And let's swatch this one. This one is Adorn from Divina Cosmetics, so straight up brown. Let's try this one. This is Desma from Divina Cosmetics. Ooh, this might be the one. This might be the one. Let's keep going though. Then we have Hot Chocolate from Sydney Grace. Then we have an unknown one, which is another brown. And then last we have Roundhouse from ColourPop. All right, so I'm gonna go with the second one that I swatched, which is this one. It's from Divina Cosmetics and it's Desma. So there we go. 4 out of the 6 figured out. And once again, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that unnamed shadow, which is this one, although it looks really, really nice. I might actually keep this one because I don't have very many browns that are not in palettes, and you know, if I'm gonna keep doing this idea, yeah. Anyways, okay, so next let's go ahead and swatch this one, which I fear I don't have anything similar out already. Yeah, this is a lot lighter than I assumed. I assumed this was going to be a lot darker, so fun there. But these are the shades that I pulled, and this is a lot more pinky. I thought this in pan looked more bronzy, so this is the shadow. Let's swatch some of these and see how we do. So this one is Grandstand. I believe I had this originally for another shade, but we can swatch it again. That's Grandstand from Makeup Geek. Then we have Honey Crisp from Cleonid. I think this was supposed to be another shade as well. And this actually is very reminiscent of this. It's just not as high shine. Then we have Ruby Evelyn. Yeah, Ruby Evelyn from Vanessa's Vanity, which is the right amount of high shine but way too bright red. Then I picked up a brown because I truly thought this looked, this is Saucy from from Luxie Cosmetics. Then we have two more. This one is My Bae from Beauty Bar Baby. So this is too deep as well. And then last, this is a depotted eyeshadow palette that I really liked the shimmers, but I don't really need them anymore. Anyways, this is the High Shine. I think what I'm gonna do is try and go through my collection one more time. And what I'm gonna do is move all of these. The only one I'm gonna keep for consideration the only one I'm gonna keep for consideration is this one right here, which is the, not the Ruby Evelyn, this one, which is the Honey Crisp. That one is the closest. And if I can't find anything else, then I will just go ahead and use that, even though it's not the same amount of shine. So I'm gonna clean off my hand and we're gonna search one more time to see, now that I know what the shade actually looks like. All right, so I pulled quite a few. Let's re-swatch the Pat McGrath one. Like I said, really high shine, smooth metallic. And let's swatch these again. So where's the Honeycomb? Here's the Honey Crisp, I'm sorry, from Cleonid. And like I said, it's pretty much dead on. It's just not as high shine as the one from this palette. Let's try this one next, which is Lacy from, I don't think it's the brand, I don't know, the brand's not on there. It just says face, eyes, lips, so I don't know what that is. And this is another pretty much dead on. This is actually better than Cleonid, but not as high shine. It's there, but it's not fully there. So let's see if we can get something else. Maybe this one. This one is Dollface from Luxie Beauty. I think this one's gonna add something. Yeah, it's gonna add a different texture than what the palette possessed, but it's really pretty. And you see, you get that shine, you get the same kind of color, although this one's more of a gold shine, whereas this one's more of a silver shine. Let's try this one. This is Violet Vision from Pretty For Your Face. Oops. And yeah, definitely not as much shine. You get a lot more of the silver in there, and it's not as smooth. And I don't even think this one is going to work either, but this will be the last one. I can tell just by looking, that one's not going to work anymore. So this one is Glass Bull from ColourPop. And I know at one point this was like the most raved after ColourPop single, and it's not holding a candle. So I think I'm actually gonna go with this third one, which is Lacy. It doesn't really say the name, it just says face, eyes, and lips. I have absolutely no idea where it's from, but yeah, that's gonna go there. So we are almost done. One more shade. Although this one from Luxie Beauty would have actually really added something different, but if we're being honest, you know, duping it out, that's the one that I would pick. Okay. All right. So last shadow to dupe out, and it is this maroony one. And once again, I'm concerned that I don't have good dupes picked out, but we will start with what we have and then we will regroup if necessary. So this is a smooth kind of burgundy-ish shade. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I guess we'll swatch this, which once again, of course, there's no name on the back of it, and it's way too red. Way too red. So that's definitely not it, and I'm pretty sure this is just the exact same thing. Oh no, this actually has a name. Poison on Your Lips from Luxie. I think the alcohol wipe is not doing well any justice with that shade. Either way, it's clearly off. I'm gonna just throw that away. It doesn't even have a name. And these two are clearly not Okay, so let's regroup and let me go searching again for some burgundy-ish mattes to compete with this shade. Alrighty, so crazy enough, these are the only two burgundy mattes that I have. So hopefully one of these will be something. I fear that they're both going to still be too dark, but I quite literally don't have any other mattes. Yeah, I don't have any other mattes, so we're just gonna have to go darker. Alrighty, so let's go with the one that I would prefer, which is Maroon Berry. And this is once again from ColourPop. Sorry, not ColourPop, Coastal Scents. Yep, and then this is actually a depotted shadow from something that I did not put the name on. So you gotta love that. All right, and unfortunately, of course, neither of these are very similar. I guess this is a shade I could look for if I'm ever looking to buy any more single shadows in the future. I think just for aesthetic reasons, I'm gonna go with this one, even though it does not have a name, but I would prefer, of course, to have chosen this one because it's a smaller pan. But yeah, either way, trying to dupe out that palette, that is the closest in undertone and depth. That one was the closest. So yeah, this is going to be my dupe palette right here. So what I'm going to do is swatch the shades for you guys. I'm going to swatch them on my arm in the middle so that you guys can see the differences, the similarities, whatever, and we'll discuss them. So give me 1 second. Alrighty, so this is the palettes. These are them swatched out. As you can see, this side is clearly darker than this side, but I think otherwise I did a pretty good job at duping them. I know this shade doesn't look like it is duping the other one in person or in camera, but I can promise you this has that green or that blue purple reflect. It's just the angle that unfortunately my arm has to be at in this point. I did just turn on my ring light, so hopefully you guys can get a little bit more of that. But other than that, I think this is a pretty good dupe situation. And if you were in the case where you did not have the money to pick up the Pat McGrath palette, or you just didn't want to and you wanted to kind of get some inspiration, I truly hope that this has been an inspirational video for you all. I would love to see your dupe palettes and like what you were able to accomplish. Feel free to tag me on social media or whatever have you. And yeah, so this is the finished look, or this is the finished duping part of part 1. Crazy enough, we still have another part. I almost forgot. We need to now dupe out the highlighter. Now I have my assumptions on what I think will work. What I'm going to do is peel any highlighter that I have that is super light, but also that has a not a clear base, but like a clear base. I don't really know how to explain it. From what I've seen in videos, this one has like a very clear base with just the glitter. So anyways, I'm gonna pull some shadows or some highlighters really quickly so that we can do some swatch comparisons. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna swatch this highlighter first. It's gorgeous. The embossing is beautiful, beautiful. No matter what I said earlier about the packaging, the embossing is outstanding. And as you can see, this is a gold. It's a, I would say, just a light yellow gold. I mean, I don't really know how else to describe it. Very, very reflective, a lot of high shine. Let's see what I can dupe it with. I have a couple of options. This one is more of a duochrome, and now that I'm seeing this, this is no duochrome. So I'm gonna kind of get rid of any of those options that I had and just stick with some of the more high shine. Okay, so let's start off with these single compacts. This one is a Givenchy holiday highlighter, I believe, and this is in the shade 02 Shimmery Gold. So this is not as yellow, but this is pretty much dead on. I mean, let's face it, it's really, really pretty. And I mean, seeing what this looks like, I just assumed that I would be able to get a lot of use out of it because I have similar shades that I already really enjoy. Another one that I thought would be kind of aligned with it is the MAC Snow Flushed Extra Dimension highlighter. This is another gorgeous highlighter. Now the difference between this highlighter and the other two that I've mentioned is this does have a duochrome to it, but that base is a gold. You guys see the purple, but the base is actually a gold. But it's super, super pretty, and this is actually dead on more with the same yellow base that you see in this one. So in the event that you have this holiday highlighter, just imagine the Bridgerton 02 with basically the base without the duochrome to it. I also have a Dior highlighter that I thought could work, and this is 04. I believe this is described as a gold as well. And as you can see, this is nowhere near as high shine as any of the other three that I've actually showcased today. It's still a pretty highlighter, but it's just not nearly as high shine, at least on not swatching it this way. Then I have a limited edition Hocus Pocus from Touch of Glam. Then I have a limited edition Touch of Glam Hocus Pocus highlighter, and this is a really, really pretty one. They come out with it every year during the Halloween time, and this is pretty much that same base color as you see with all of the other ones, except once again not nearly as high shine, which I'm surprised about. This is a very high shine on your face though, which is begging me to differ that these two just don't compare, but they're still really pretty. That's why I kept them, because I really liked them. I also wanted to just take the time to compare this highlighter to some palettes that I have. So I figured, I thought it would work with this, but I don't think so now that there's no duochrome. But I was curious to try it against the shade Wish and Sunshine from my ABH Dream palette. So I'm gonna do Wish first and then Sunshine next. Okay, so between the two, Sunshine has more of, I would say, a yellowy-ish base, whereas Wish looks to have more champagne base. I think if you're trying to find a color equivalent to this, you would need more of the Sunshine, even though once again these definitely don't have as much high shine, but the coloring is still very similar to that one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I would definitely say if you had to pick or choose, I would choose one of the two that I swatched originally, which were the Givenchy limited edition and the MAC limited edition. I just believe that they appear on my complexion in very similar manners. So these are the three highlighters there, and then I guess I'll put my hand here. This is the Pat McGrath, this is the Givenchy, and this is the MAC. So that's pretty much the finished kind of video. I just want to do some comparisons showing you guys what I still have in my collection and I'm still enjoying, but also to show you guys to shop your stash. If you see that I showed something that was similar to your collection that is like this, maybe you don't need it. I really wanted it though, so I clearly picked it up, and there's still room. Like I said, I may potentially still pick up the second in this one. I just really like the formula so far. I need to try it on my face, but so far I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.